Welcome to DML Discovery Metal Legion. Today we are reviewing Darkthrone's latest album, Astral Fortress. Now Darkthrone are a black metal band, but they have transitioned their sound throughout the years. They were black metal, well first they were death metal throughout Soulside Journey, and then they transitioned and did a 180 and became black metal throughout their early years. But then they decided to change to a more punkier, crust-punky sound throughout the mid-era of Darkthrone, which was absolutely atrocious. And then they changed the sound again to a more doomier black metal approach. And Astral Fortress is no exception. Like, this is a very different album by Darkthrone. This is very similar to that album Old Star, which had a much more doomier approach. This is a much more doomier album. Their latest album, Eternal Hails or Hail Eternal, I can't remember what the album was called, but that was a very good album. It was like a homage of the heavy metal days, like a band such as Black Sabbath, even Candlemass. They had the really doomy laden riffs and the cool production. And Astral Fortress is no exception because the production is quite raw. Don't get me wrong, it's quite raw, but it's also quite crisp. There are different frequencies on this. And why is there a spider web on my ring light? Fuck off. The production's really good on this. Like, you can hear every single instrument, amazing vocals as well by Nocturnal Colto, and Fenris again is absolutely starring on this, creating his pizzazz in songwriting. Like, the songwriting on Astral Fortress is very good. There are some very long songs, as you expect with Darkthrone. And yeah, this album is a pretty solid black metal album, although it's not really that black metal in my opinion. It's more on the doomier side of black metal, so it's more black and doom, but it is really good overall, and there's some really fun riffs as well. So we're going track by track. First up is the single Caravan of Broken Ghosts. Great vocal work. There are some really nice melodies as well. Really enjoy the riffs and the cool synth work that really escalate the song to the next level. Quite progressive as well, odd time signatures, and the drumming is brilliant. Enjoy this song overall. It's running about 7 minutes as well, and this was the first single off Astral Fortress. It is a piece of pie, that's for sure. It's one of the best songs off the album, and it's quite catchy as well. This is one of the most less doomier songs on this album, but it still chucks a surprise with some cool instrumentals, flourishing flavors, and some really nice production. Impeccable Canvas of Satan is next, and yeah, another great song by Darkthrone. Love the guitar work on this by Fenris, and Nocturnal Coldo's vocals are absolutely fantastic. Really harsh and aggressive and raw in tone, and great monotone riffs as well. Riffs can be repetitive at times, but damn, it really packs a punch with some slow doomier elements. Staglamite Necklace is next, and yeah, it's a mouthful to actually say the name, but it's brilliant. I do love the midsection of the song, which throws the listener off guard, which makes you warranted, what am I listening to? This is a very different sound approach by Darkthrone. I do love how they changed the style on this, but yeah, Staglamite Necklace is fantastic. Next up is the Sea Beneath the Seas of the Sea. How could a woodchuck and a woodchuck chuck? This song is absolutely fantastic. There's brilliant riffrages on this, some really slow, doomy laden riffs on this, and about 10 minutes, some really nice monotone sections, and the vocal work is absolutely fantastic. Do love the synths that build throughout this as well. Some really nice keyboard, even mellotron, and the bass is quite prominent as well, and the synthesizers are really good on this. So next up is Kevorkian Times. This is a much more oppressive, much more fast-paced song by Darkthrone. It's really good overall. The riffs are there, the drumming is there, the drum fills really stand out on this song as well. Some great accents. Yeah, the drum fills are very uplifting on this song. It elaborates within your mind. Yeah, some really juicy, chunky drums on this, juicy, chunky guitar riffs on this, and juicy, chunky bass. Love the production on Kevorkian Times. Cold Bolton, West of the Vast Forest is next. It's a beautiful instrumental, and there's nothing really much I can say about the instrumental. It's a really good instrumental, really nice, beautiful, clean guitars, some really nice ambient feelsies, and great atmosphere. Just really good overall. Next up is Eon 2. Great build up from Coburn, West of the Vast Forest. Yeah, this is a great way to end off the album in my opinion. Love the vocals by Colto. Love the guitar work by Fenris and the drum work as well. And yeah, it's just great. Really strong, slow, doomier elements on this that really catch the listener off guard in my opinion. But yeah, this is a very good album and a very good song to end off the album. So with Astral Fortress by Darkthrone, I really did enjoy it. There are some great surprises on this, great progressive elements as well, and quite technical at times, but there are also some repetitive moments which you expect from Darkthrone. But yeah, this is a very good album by Darkthrone. It is easily one of their best albums in the modern day era. So for that, I'm going to give this a solid 85%. Great vocal work by Colto, great instrumentals by Fenris as well. And yeah, DML is a happy chappy if he gets all that. Now we move on to the Darkthrone album ranking. First up is none other than FOAD, aka Fuck Off and Die. This was released on September 24th, 2007. I'm gonna be quite brief on this. This album is pure rubbish. It really is. This album can get in the bin. I don't really enjoy it. This is a different sound approach by Darkthrone, and yeah, it's not that enjoyable. Not that enjoyable for my ears, and it's more punkier. FOAD is just a terrible song. Perverted as the Seven Gates I didn't like as well, but yeah, I don't want to talk about this album. It can FOAD, fuck off and die. This album can get in the bin. Next up is Dark Thrones and Black Flags. Released on October 20th, 2008, this is another terrible album by Darkthrone. It's again quite crust punky, it's not that great. I suppose the best song is Norway in September, which is alright. Some cool instrumentals throughout Dark Thrones and Black Flags, the self-titled track, but really there's nothing much I can say that I don't really dig this album, that's for sure. So yeah. Next up is Circle the Wagons, a different approach by Darkthrone on this album. April 5th, 2010 this was released, and yeah, still quite crust punky, elements of black metal on this as well, but yeah, there's nothing really much I can say. More complicated songwriting on this, sophisticated songwriting, which this album is not that great. Let's move on. Next up is Underground Resistance, a much more technical album by Darkthrone, released on February 25th, 2013. There are some great songs on this, like Lesser Men. Come Warfare, the entire Doom is really fun as well. Better album by Darkthrone, less crust punky, more black metal, and more progressive. But yeah, I really actually like the Underground Resistance. Next up is The Cult Is Alive, another very enjoyable album by Darkthrone. From here to now, these are all the albums I actually really enjoy. February 27th, 2006 was released. Too Old, Too Cold is a great song. Graveyard Slut, what a great song that is as well. There's a lot of atmosphere on this, which I really do enjoy, but not as atmospheric as the old Darkthrone albums, which I'll be mentioning later on. But yeah, The Cult Is Alive is an interesting album overall. Next up is Goat Lord, an album that a lot of people don't really talk about, but I thought I'd actually put this in my album ranking as well. Released on October 24th, 1996. This was a very good album by Darkthrone. It's not as black metal, but it's quite atmospheric, and it's more of a death metal approach, very similar to Soulside Journey. Next up is Hate Them. Hate Them's a really good album overall. Desvantana, one of my favorite songs off the album. Divided We Stand is really sing-alongable stuff as well. Really enjoy the vocals on this. Love the guitar work on this, and great enjoyable solos, some riveting riffs, and some really good drumming. So yeah, Hate Them is more of a melodic approach by Darkthrone. Next up is Eternal Hails, released on June 25th, 2021. Yes, this is a good album overall. It's one of my favorite albums of the year last year. This is more on an epic heavy metal side of things. Darkthrone really changes sound, have those black metal aesthetics with those vocals, but have those more heavy metal riffs on it. It sounds very similar to bands like Black Sabbath, Candlemass, especially songwriting as well. And there are some really slow, doomier moments on this, a complement to like the doom metal genre overall. Black metal and doom metal meet, you get Eternal Hails, and enjoy the synthesizers throughout Lost Uncane City of Yapreka. Next up is Old Star by Darkthrone, released in 2019, and yeah, this is a pretty good album. It's more on the progressive side in my opinion, but there are some slow, doomier elements on this as well. This is when Darkthrone channeled their inner doom for the first time, and it works overall, like Outman, Old Star, Duke of Gloat, great songs. Next up is Arctic Thunder, Darkthrone. Really love the atmosphere, the cold, dark atmosphere you are getting on this. Some really cool, prominent bass on this as well. Great songs like Burial Bliss, Boreal Fiends. Arctic Thunder's fantastic, and Throw Me Through the Marshes. What a great song that is. But yeah, Arctic Thunder is a solid album. Next up is Sardonic Wrath, which was released on September 6, 2004. Yeah, this is easily one of my favorites in the modern Darkthrone era, you could say. Really great riffs on this, great vocal work, and I really do enjoy it. Straightening Sharks in Heaven, what a fantastic song that is. That cool riff you were getting. Sacrificing the God of Doubt, love the lyrics on it. Hate is the Law is a great song as well, and Rawness Obsolete, yummers. Next up is Plague Welder, which was released on September 10th, 2001. Really good ravaging black metal on this that I do enjoy. Great vocal work as well. And yeah, it's just really intense black metal that you expect by Darkthrone. The atmosphere on this, especially with the spoken words on this, especially the intro, which really creeps, crawls, makes my hair rise. Plague Welder is pretty solid. Next up is Soulside Journey. Darkthrone, death metal on this. A lot of people don't really enjoy this album. Like, a lot of people don't really enjoy Darkthrone when they were death metal. But there are some great riffs on this. Love the riffs, really enjoy the drumming, but the production is very crisp sounding, and it's easily one of the best producing Darkthrone albums. But yeah, there's some really good moments on this. Sunrise over Locust Mortis, that cool riff. Soulside Journey is fantastic. Grave with a View, Not a Silent Whispers, and The Watchtower is really good. Yeah, I feel that this album is slightly underrated. Like, a lot of people don't really mention it. They always mention like the classics, but yeah, this is up there in their discography in my opinion. Okay, so next up is the brand new album, which I think is solid as anything. Astral Fortress is next, released on October 28th, 2022. Yeah, great album. I love Doom, and you know I'm gonna put Doom pretty fucking high. Doom's fantastic, and yeah, this is an all-round doom metal album by Darkthrone with some black metal aesthetics such as the vocals. Caravan of the Broken Ghost, so damn good. Stalagmite Necklace, To See Beneath the Seas of the Sea, oh what a song. Even a cool instrumental, cool folky parts as well. Could Walk in Time's fantastic, but yeah, Darkthrone, Astral Fortress is up there. Next up is Total Death. Fantastic black metal album released in 1996, and wow, what can I say? Black Wings, fantastic. Gather for Attack on the Pearly Gates. The vocal work on that is so damn good. I love that song. Easily one of my favorite Darkthrone songs. Blasphemer, The Serpent's Harvest. Some really great songs overall on this album. Really enjoy the riffs on this. Love the production. Production quite raw and cavernous as well. But yeah, Total Death is easily one of the best. Next up is Panzerfaust. A lot of people love this album, and I understand why. I just feel the production on this isn't that great like the other albums. This era of Darkthrone, the production's not that great, but when you talk about like the raw production in amazing albums like I Know Funeral Moon, Blaze of Northern Sky, albums like that, the production triumphs over this album. Yes, this is still a great album with some killer riffs, some great melodic flavors, amazing vocals, very raw black metal. But yeah, it's okay, I guess. Quintessence be my favorite song off the album. The Hordes of Nebula, Beholding the Throne of Might as well. Triumphant Gleam. Really great songs, and I would put this over any other Darkthrone album I have mentioned already. But yeah, I just feel like this Panzerfaust is one of the weakest albums in the old style. Next up is Ravishing Grimness. This album is amazing. If you want that 90s style black metal sound. You're gonna get this. This is so damn good. The melodies are amazing. Just very cool guitar moments. Love the vocals. The Beast is a great song. The Cause of Time is a fantastic song as well. Ravishing Grimness. The vocal work on that, so damn good. Just really cool moments and easily one of their best albums in their discography. Next up is Under a Funeral Moon. Oh, love this album. Just really great. Raw production, just great sound as well. Vocal work is amazing. Newcomers wouldn't enjoy this album in my opinion. That's what I say. Unholy Black Metal, great song. To Walk the Infernal Fields, The Dance of Eternal Shadows, just classic songs on this album. Very dark, atmospheric, and some really haunting melodies. So Under a Funeral Moon sits here. Next up is Transylvania La Hunger. Oh, what an amazing album this is. The production is raw. Sounds like it's coming out from a potato, but you grow to love this album. It's so damn good. There are some more folkier elements on this, like some really cool guitar, some great drumming, and not to mention the vocal work is amazing. His vocals are just soaring high on this, and I absolutely love it. Transylvanian Hunger being one of my favorite Darkthrone songs off this titled album. Amazing, full stop. One of the best black metal albums of all time. And finally, released in 1992 was A Blaze in the Northern Sky. The album cover is amazing because it looks like some monster is trying to attack you. And it's so damn good. Released in 1992, this album is a classic. Catharian Life Code, amazing. Like, it's so eerie, so haunting. The melodies in the Shadow of the Horns as well. Where Cold Wind Blows, it's a fantastic song. A Blaze in the Northern Sky, this is easily one of my favorite black metal albums of all time, and it's not going to change. Love the production on this. This is easily my favorite Darkthrone album because I played this multiple times and I feel like this is their best album in my opinion. So yeah, let me know in the comments below your ranking. Let me know what you thought about the brand new album as well. So keep the discussion going in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.